Are the characters in this game, but like I could tell you straight off who everybody is. It's hilarious, but like it's the truth. Like, bro, look at these characters, bro. Let me just break them down, cause people are gonna come into this game and they're gonna be like, who should I play? I can solve that for you right now. I can tell you who's what, right? So I don't know. Let's start with the protagonist of the series, bro. This guy Jin is pure main character syndrome. Like this character is a character that it's not like he just wins by default, but like he has main character privilege. You know when you watch like Bleach or One Piece or Naruto, the main character just wins. Jin has plot armor, but in a fighting game. He's just got everything you could possibly want. Bro has a parry. I don't even know how Jins lose. How do you lose with this character? Is it even possible to lose with Jin? You can just parry everything. Yes, but you have to know the specific punish. You still parry everything, bro. Like, how? This character is so gifted, and the funny thing about him, he's exactly like Naruto. Naruto is this character who's got a literal god demon inside him, but he pretends like he has to work really hard to achieve everything. He doesn't work. He's just gifted, bro. He's just gifted. He has everything he could ever want. What a main character, bro. Like, it's not even... Jin players, they feel like they're so honest. There's nothing honest about them, bro. They're blessed. And then you got his dad, right? His Kazuya. This character... This character really thinks he's playing fair. And he will play fair at first. He's like the mafia boss of Tekken. He'll sort of like have an interaction with you. He'll sort of like play the game a bit until he's losing. At which point he'll just like pull a gun on you and just like, nah, I'm actually gonna win this game. Sorry, bud. Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. I don't care about the rules anymore. Just die. That's what this character does. You think, no, he's so honest. Yeah, he's really honest. He's really fair, bro. When you get knocked down by this guy, it's like, it's over. Just it's over. Gamble. Pray. Pray to the gods. He just turns on a switch and just decides to win. That's what he does. He's like, nah, you know what? I don't really want to play this neutral game anymore. I don't really want to interact with you anymore. It was fun, but I'm gonna end it now. See you later. See you later, kid. Nothing personal. This is how it is. And then you got Devil Jin. Devil Jin is like, bro. Devil Jin is just a meme. He's Tekken's boss character, you know. Like every fighting game has a boss character in it that's just overpowered. This is this guy. He's just like, you know what? Let's just take two really strong characters and make them even stronger. Let's just do that. Let's just make him goated. Oh, bro. Devil Jin players are players who like, they're just like Homelander, but as a human being. It's like, you know what? I just want to be better than everyone else. You know, I don't like to lose. I just want to be better. Just give me a better character, please. Thank you. Yeah. I just want to win.
Is the game mechanics still the same?
Yeah, pretty much. Nah, actually, yes. I want to say yes. The mechanics are the same. The meta...
Like him new to Tekken and practiced on Tekken 7.
The meta is different. The mechanics are the same. Tekken 7 and Tekken 7 is almost the same as this game. Who do you play? Because I'll do your character. Like, who's next? We can, let's jump to Bryan. You know what, Bryan? Bryan is a good one. Bryan is a character that actually plays above board, right? He's... No one is confused about this character. There's nothing confusing about him. He's the kind of guy that says, you know what, bro, I'm just gonna punch you in the face. And he does exactly what he
play Lili.
You play Lili? Alright, we'll do Lili next. Bryan is a character that's just going to punch you in the face, bro. He says, you know what, I'm going to kick you in the legs. I'm going to keep you out in neutral. I'm going to try and counter hit you. I'm going to do a few jabs here and there. You know, I'm going to do a few other things. I'm going to do some plus frames and stuff like that. And then I'm going to... you better not duck, by the way. You better not duck, because I'll launch you. And then if you stop moving, I'm gonna taunt you and I'm gonna launch you, and I'm gonna win. And he doesn't try to confuse you, bro. Bryan isn't here to like. Every now and again, he sucker punches you in the face because he's a bit of a dick. But the truth is, like, Bryan is, you know,
Did I hear Lily June? You are raising an only Lily viewership.
Bro, I swear to God, everyone plays Lily nowadays. I don't know what it is. I don't even play Lily. But like, yeah, Bryan is pretty. I'd say he's a fair character, except he's got a few moves that just are a bit dishonest. But he's mostly pretty fair. Lily over here is a bit of a switch, but Lily's part of the waifu community, right? She's one of the waifu characters. She was always kind of mid. She sort of represents like the fact that she can sidestep. Like that's the thing about Lily. It's like it's a game of moving sideways. Except in this game, they decided to give her really good ways to stop you from moving sideways, which just makes her really obnoxious now. So she used to be fair. I'll say that. Lily actually used to be fair. She used to be a little bit annoying, but she was mostly fair. Now, she's kind of like, well, I can sidestep, but you can't. So now she's truly hit her like peak. Princess syndrome. That's Lily's princess syndrome. It's like my character can do this, and you're not allowed to. I could enjoy this little sideways movement action, but you need to stay You need to stay still. So.
This is fake news. Lily is best character. Lily supremacy. We love Lily. Lily most fundamental wife. Lily is best character.
Fundamental wife? Nah, bro. That's Nina. Hands down, it's Nina. Hands down. Look, bro. Nina is one of the few characters in this game that actually tries to be better than you. She really is. There's not many characters in this game that actually want to outplay you. Like, maybe Lee? Maybe? Like, at least 50% of the time, Lee, Bryan kind of wants to outplay you. Dragunov kind of wants to outplay you. But they only want to do it on their terms. Nina is willing to outplay you in every step of the way. She's the only waifu that does. Alisa pretends like she does, but the truth is, she's just like, man, nah, she isn't, bro. She really isn't that fair. Jun is not like that either. I haven't fully understood Jun yet, but Jun is just, she's not balanced. That's Jun's problem. She's not balanced. But Nina is balanced, right? Nina is a character that's like, she's actually a two-player character. She really is. She's completely fine with interacting with you in every stage of the game. And the thing, that's why Ninas are so easy to beat. It's why you meet Nina from time to time and you just think, this Nina is actually really free. It's like, oh, she keeps doing the same thing. She's just so obvious. She's so weak. And then you'll meet a Nina that's really strong, and it's like you lose because it's your fault when you play against Nina. It's really like, okay, she's not above board. I'll say that. She's not above board. Playing against Nina is like playing poker. You don't get to see her hand, and she doesn't get to see yours either. So that's in that sense, it's fair. But it's like calling bluffs all the time. So like Nina will call your bluff, and you'll try and call her bluff, and she'll raise, and you'll call, and sometimes you'll lose because she outplays you on that, and then sometimes you'll win because you outplay her. And that's kind of like, bro, she's fair as fuck, and I'm not biased. It's actually the truth. It's why I like her, actually. If she wasn't fair, I would have dropped her. Actually, a long time ago. Who else is like? Who else is Xiao Yu, bro? Xiao Yu is. How do I say this? Xiao Yu is pure cancer. She's not like cancer of, you know, the lung or cancer of...
Reina is defo more fair than Nina RN.
No, I don't agree with that at all. And we'll get to that in a sec. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not bro, not even a little bit, bro. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a sec. Xiao Yu is the epitome of cancer. She's cancer inside of the small tip of your penis. That's what cancer is. Like that's what type of cancer she is. She's the kind of character that absolutely wants to play by herself. She's the most single player character in this game. Every fighting game has one. Guilty Gear has Eddie. BlazBlue has Carl. Street Fighter has like Dalsim. Dalsim I would say maybe, or like Jury. Single player character. This character is purely single player, bro. She's just like, oh, haha, you couldn't hit me because you haven't labbed my character. I win, haha, you lose. It's just bullshit. This character is she's unfairness in a character. She's designed to be unfair. And Xiao Yu players are delusional. They think that they're playing with you, but they're just playing by themselves. Really horrible. Reina, where is Reina? Man, Reina is new. She's bullshit. And she is, and everybody knows it. But first of all, bro, let me just make something very clear to the Tekken community. Any character with an electric is not playing fair. I'm sorry, but a half-screen launcher that is plus on block is not a fair move. It's not fair. It's an iconic move that exists because people like it, but it shouldn't exist. Electric should not be in the game. It's just that simple, bro. It's bad. It's bad for the game health. It's bad for the meta. It's just not a fun move. It's oppressive needlessly, and it's one-sided. So any character with an electric automatically loses this. Oh, she's actually fair. No, she's not. Secondly, Reina is a character, from what I can tell, that really just sort of hopes you die. Like, she really, really, really isn't designed, in my opinion, to really outplay you. She's sort of designed for you to lose and for her to win. I wouldn't say she's single player. She just wishes she was. She wishes she was. That's what Reina is. She wishes she could just play by herself, but she can't. But she wishes that she could. Unfortunately. A bit like King. King is like that. King is like that for a different reason. King is like that because he's a grappler in a game where grapples are bad. So he's like, well, I guess I gotta throw. The thing is, King players are all the same type of people. They think their character is cool and they're here to have fun, play a beat 'em up. They just want to punch you, dude. They just want to have fun in neutral. They just want to do some cool moves. And they just want to have a good time. Even if they're playing seriously, bro. They're just having a good time playing the game. But King kind of wishes he didn't have to interact with you. He tries his best not to, because if he does, he's at a disadvantage. So he just, like, that's why Kings are always, like, in neutral, and then they come in on their own terms, and then they throw you, and then they try and, like, do plus frame pressure where you don't have to, like, guess, right? Where you can't even outplay them. They try their best to be single player characters, but they're not, and they lose. It's unfortunate for them, but it is how it is. Who else? Lars? Bro, Lars. Lars is a character... Bro, how do I explain this? Lars is one of the solvables. The solvables. He's a character that you can lab to the point where most of his stuff becomes useless. But if you don't do that, he will happily exploit to the ends of the earth. Lars characters are the cheapest people on the planet. They do not want to play fair. They just don't. They want to win at all costs. They don't care. They're so happy for you not to know what to do that they relish it. You'll never meet a Lars player who'll just, like, you know, play fundamentals with you if he doesn't have to. He only plays Tekken because he's forced to play Tekken. That's Lars. And then this Hwoarang. Bro, Hwoarang is such a meme. This character is just better than you. And the players know it. They're just happy to have a character that's just stronger than your character. And they're just like, yep, my character can do this. It's pretty cool, isn't it? You're gonna die now. Yep. It doesn't even matter if you lab this character. He's still just better than you. So you have to stop him from playing. He's like he's a single player character, but he's not as good as Xiao Yu because Xiao Yu can stop you from stopping him. Hwoarang is not that good. He can try, and he does try. He tries all the time. But he's not that good at stopping you from stopping him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's got back one. He's got those spinning punches. He's got, like, he can go into flamingo and dodge stuff. But it's not out of Phoenix stance. It's not that good. He's like, but he wants to be Xiao Yu. He's like the male counterpart to Xiao Yu. He wishes to be Xiao Yu. Feng? Bro, oh my god. How do we even talk about Feng? Feng is just rude. That's what he is. Feng is disrespectful. Feng is disrespecting a character. He's just like full screen bullshit, in your face bullshit, backsway bullshit. He just doesn't give a damn about you. Feng is the kind of guy who Feng is like a bouncer with like no like you try and be friendly to him and he does not want to be friendly at all. And Feng players are just mean. They're just mean. They're not bad guys. They're just mean guys. They're not like pure evil. That is Zafina. I actually think that Zafina players might actually be sadists. Because I can't imagine wanting to play this character unless you want to cause suffering to people. Because no one enjoys this. I can't even imagine Zafina players enjoy this. She's not even interesting. You think she is, or could be, but she isn't. She's just difficult to deal with. That's it. And in a way that's just painful for both players. Nobody enjoys this matchup. Nobody's happy to see a Zafina. Like, nobody's happy to see Xiao Yu, but Xiao Yu players are having fun. I don't think Zafina players are having fun. I think they just enjoy making you not have fun. They're sadists, bro. They're actually a form of evil. And then you've got...
June, I am sorry to tell you my second character is Zafina.
Bro, you're a questionable human being. You're a questionable human being, bro. You need to really reevaluate your life. Here you go, Paul. He's one of the icons. We can't really skip him. Look, Paul has two sides to his coin, right? The first is power, right? He's a powerhouse. The second is that he's a complete moron. And he really is. Not only is the character stupid, but the character thrives on being stupid. The more stupid you are with this character, the stronger you are. It's like, you don't need to play fair or play well. You need to play dumb. You need to turn your brain off for Paul. And so people really enjoy that. You know, they really enjoy the brutality of it. I can't understand the mind of a Paul main, but it must be something like, I love being able to knock people out without having to think too much about it. That's Paul, pretty much. And then you got Lee. He's kind of different. Lee and Law are like twin brothers. Except Lee is like the smart brother and Law is like the cocaine addict brother. So Lee is like, he's a little bit honest, but he's also a bit dishonest. He likes to play neutral on his terms. First of all, you don't play neutral on your terms when you play Lee. It's his game, and then he comes in on you. He does some mediocre mix-ups. Mostly, you just die because you don't play well. But it's neutral where he really cheats. To be honest, there's not much to say. Like Lee players, I would say have an identity crisis. Most of them. I don't actually think a lot of people come into this game and say, you know what, Lee's the guy for me. I think that's a rare minority. I think most people come into this game, they look around, they're like, you know, I'm not this guy. Nah, not this one. They maybe try a Kazuya play, and they're like, meh, it's not for me. And then they try Lee, and they go, you know what? He's got charisma. You know what? He actually appeals to me. I'll just play him, and then they just play him, and they stick with him, and then they just become Lee mains. I feel like Lee mains are all like the lost boys. You know, they just found some charismatic leader and they decided to just stick with him, even though they don't know what else to do. That's the Lee players. And then you got law players. Law players, bro. Law players are like either absolute scrubs or people who have a problem being a scrub, but they have to be because their character is scrubby. Like originally Law was just this reference character. Like Tekken 1, he was just a basic character that did nothing except nah, I'm busy. Yeah, I'm busy. Hi, yeah, but I'm busy. I mean, I'm doing something. Hello, I'm doing something. No, kid, I'm doing something. You're doing something. All right. So anyway, like I was saying, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Law. Bro, Law is the party animal. He's on cocaine when he plays this game. And if you try and play like an honest Tekken character, you won't do anything with this character. It just doesn't work. When he first started out, he was just a reference, right? He just went, "Wata!" and that's it. And then they were like, we gotta give this character some identity. So they just made him into this bully. Right? This party animal bully. So he's a cocaine-fueled crackhead who just likes to beat the crap out of you. And doesn't give a damn about how you feel about it. And that's the best way to play him. And then you've got I would say these two, Claudio and Shaheen, are like templates. And they both come out of the same template. They're both like robots that came out of the same factory. Shaheen, though, I actually respect. Because Shaheen is such a basic character, you've got no choice but to play good Tekken with him. So whenever you lose to Shaheen, it's always because he was better than you. It really is. Or you were bad. It's one of the two. It's really very unlikely that you lose to Shaheen because he completely, like, oh, what is he even doing? I don't understand. That doesn't happen, bro. You played wrong. You did the wrong things. So you gotta give props to Shaheen. Shaheen is like the unwanted child of a family. Like the youngest child that the parents didn't want, but they had him anyway. And now he's like spent his whole life trying to prove to everyone he's worth something. That's Shaheen. So you gotta, and Shaheen players are super wholesome Tekken players as well. They're super honest. But then you got Claudio. Claudio is the opposite of that. He's like the gifted child who got everything, and everything just works for him. He's like a trust fund kid. He never really had to do any hard work himself. He thinks he does, you know, because he used his dad's money to buy a company, and he was successful, and now he thinks he, you know, he's a great businessman. But really, come on, he got gifted most of it. That's Claudio. Raven. People play Raven because he's a ninja. And he's forgettable. For some reason, he's the most forgettable character in this entire roster. I don't know why, but he is. He's obviously supposed to be Blade, but how does he play? Raven is just like this bootleg Xiao Yu that just wants to do dumb stuff, and but he's got loads of mix-ups that actually depend on interaction. So Raven players don't really want to interact with you, but their character has to interact with you. So they always find themselves in this awkward place until they get good, where they're like mid-tier players that never really get past 50% win rate because they never really learn to truly interact with you and come out ahead consistently until they get good. And then they're good Raven players, and then they, you know, then they're like actually pretty cool. But until then, they're usually just scrubs. And then who have we got? Asuka, bro. Asuka is the female Paul of this game. She's such an idiot. She really is. She's just a monkey. The The thing about Asuka though is you always lose to her because you were stupid. So as long as you're smart, you won't lose to this character. That's just it. Cause she's so dumb that you could just, as long as you're not dumb too, you'll be fine. But she's just dumb, bro.
Asuka I think is one of the few weak Tekken 8 characters Iron.
Weak? Would I say she's weak? I would say that she's so stupid as a character that as long as you play with your brain turned on, you should be fine. And that kind of makes her weak. The only way to make this character strong is to make her broken. Because she's just not smart enough to play the game. She's just not a smart character. And she requires no intelligence. And the more intelligently you try and play with Asuka, the worse you are. It's just not a good idea. And then you have Kuma. Bro, Kuma, he is just a party animal who can't really party. He wants to party, but he can't, because if he does, he just gets solved. So he has to play really honest with a really mediocre toolkit. He's got like a few good moves and that's it. The rest of his stuff is just like simple. And then every now and again he parties on you once he gets a little bit of momentum. And you better make sure that you're ready for the party. Otherwise, you know, you get fucked up, basically. And then you've got Jack. Well, Jack is a single player character. He's the turtle. He's always a turtle. He's just like, you know what? I don't like interactions, but I just don't like them. So I'm just gonna always stop you from playing the game. He's like a control deck. He's like I would say he's a zoner. He's kind of a zoner, but he's more like just a turtle. He just doesn't want to. Every time you try and apply some pressure or get some interaction out of him, he just like tries to poke you out of it and just like prevent you from playing. That's all he wants to do. So if you just force yourself on him, he just loses. And then you've got Alisa, which is her counterpart. Alisa is actually a zoner. I've come to the conclusion she's a zoner. And you just need to accept it. You know, she gets to play at a certain range, and you don't, and so you have to either approach her and stay on her, and then play around her hopkicks and her pokes, or, you know, you just gotta accept the fact that you better move properly, otherwise she's gonna hit you out of nowhere. She's a zoner, right, that eventually rushes you down. She's basically Lambda from BlazBlue. She's okay, actually. Alisa players are always super scrubby, because they get away with the fact that most Tekken players at a low level can't really play neutral, and they can't really handle zoning. So she wins a lot by doing super scrubby stuff, and then Alisa players never learn. It's like Alisa and Asuka players are both the same type of scrub that get away by being stupid, and then they just never get smarter. Except when they eventually get good, in which case, you know, then they get good. But that takes a while. And then we have, I think, Steve. We haven't talked about Steve. Man, Steve. Steve is very interactive, actually. He's one of the more interactive Tekken characters. I always felt like Steve and Nina are very similar characters. There's just one difference, is Steve is like a better version than Nina. In some ways. In some ways, Nina is better than Steve. In some ways, Steve is better than Nina. It's mostly back one. The difference between the two is this. Steve has back one and Nina has SS1. And so, Steve kills you for pressing a button. Steve kills you for trying to take your turn. And Nina also kills you for trying to take your turn. They just do it in different ways. But yeah, Steve is rateable. Everyone rates Steve. He's pretty cool. There's not much to say about him. People who play...
Have you spoke about S++ Dragunov?
Dragunov is not S+, bro. He's... Nah, bro. Nah. Dragunov... bro, do I want to say he's a fair character? I would say he's not a fair...
And he is.
Nah, he's okay. He has a few things right now that need to be turned down. But not really. He's always been oppressive. That's Dragunov's game. He's always been an oppressive character that really wants to... He's the true rushdown character of this game, by the way. Like, a lot of characters can rush down, but he's the true rushdown character of this game. It's just his style. And that is a good style in Tekken. But Dragunov actually needs to learn how to play neutral. Because while running 2 is amazing, but it's flawed. Like, Dragunov is a good character, but he has lots of weaknesses that can be exploited. So he doesn't want to play interactively. But if you force him to, then he will. I've always liked Dragunov. I think, not just because he's got style, but because he's not as cheap as people think. He's not that cheap.
They made IWR easy. H's got DB 3+4, full crouch 144. A very good heat smash with small startup frames. H is not cheap and H is really good.
He's good. I agree. He's good. He's not cheap. I actually don't think those things are a problem, in my opinion. I think his low pokes... First of all, his down 2 is -1, so you can contest him. So he has to play around your mash. This is the thing about Dragunov, right? Dragunov actually has to play around you. He actually does have to care about you. Now, he doesn't have to care about you as much as Nina does. Nina really gives a shit about you. But Dragunov is like, he does have to care. He's in the same boat. Nina, Steve, Dragunov, they both have to care about you. I mean, Steve the least of all. He cares the least of all about you, to be fair. But Dragunov... Oops, we don't want to play Steve. Dragunov... The thing about Dragunov that makes him really good right now is his wall damage from a splat is too high. He actually gets way too much damage. Like, you just die from half health on a splat. But the thing is, he doesn't get easy splats. He really doesn't. So, he kind of has to work, to be honest. He has to work proportionate to how good your defense against him is. Now, a character who does not have to work, by the way, is this piece of garbage. Now, this is the most delusional character in Tekken. Yoshimitsu. Every Yoshimitsu player thinks the same thing. They all think they're geniuses who are partying and really being creative. None of them are creative. None of them are creative, bro. Like, rarely, every once in a while, you might see something slightly new. It's mostly just...
They all think they're hot shit, true LUL.
They all do, but none of them are. It's all just their character just doing random stuff. And it just works out for them. It's the least... Is it the least interactive character in the game? Potentially. Yeah. Yeah. And they're carried by Flash. If this character didn't have Flash, in my opinion, 90% of Yoshi players would go down at least 10 points, 10 ranks. They would just drop massively. Carried. Completely carried. Then you have Leo.
Least interactive character for me is Feng.
Feng.
Flash mash, flash mash, flash mash.
Feng.
His 3+4 in heat, holy shit.
Yeah. Feng, no, the least interactive character is Xiao Yu, bro. Come on, Xiao Yu. Xiao Yu. Feng is not interactive, no. But he's not as bad as Xiao Yu. He's a bootleg. He's just mean. Feng is just a mean guy. The thing is, the more of an asshole you are with Feng, the better you are. Like, you just need to be a really mean-spirited person to play Feng. You need some hatred in your heart. Like, if
Zafina is really fun to play though, LMAO.
Yeah, of course she's fun to play.
LUL.
Of course she's fun to play. You play by yourself. Bro, you play by yourself. Playing Xiao Yu is like fapping to porn. It's fun for you and nobody else. No one wants to watch you do it. No one wants to be there in the room while you're doing it. But you want to do it. That's Xiao Yu. Terrible character, honestly. Leo, bro, Leo...
Xiao Yu players are always looking at their own character instead of the opponent.
That is so true. That is so true. They don't need to look at you. Leo is like... Leo is a funny character, right? Leo is not an interactive character, but he wants to be. He's like the opposite of like most of the cast. Most of the cast can get away playing their own game, but Leo can get away with he's playing his own game, but he wants to play with you. So he's like a genius that's really nice. He's like someone who's like really talented, but he's also kind of a nice person. So he's just happy to play the game. I don't know, that's the vibe I get from Leo. I feel like if Leo wanted, he could be really cheap, but he's just happy to play with me. It's kind of funny, but I like Leo. I've always kind of liked him, even though he's annoying. Leeroy, on the other hand, my god. My god. This character is the worst design of any character in history. This is the worst fighting game character ever made. Period. I mean, bro, I've played some fighting games. I know about Johnny.
Haven't seen many Leeroys recently.
But do you know why? Because Tekken wishes he would go away, and the community collectively pretends like he doesn't exist. Because we don't like him. Because every single one of us, even the worst of us, even the Xiao Yu players, even the Zafina players, even the Yoshi players, we all agree he's a piece of shit. We all agree that winning with Leeroy doesn't feel like winning. Because Leeroy is like printing money.
TBF, H is worse in Tekken 8 than 7 in 7, H is much more AIDS.
Wait, who's worse in Tekken 7?
Most are saying he is garbage in T8, IDK.
He might be, but he's still like the way the way Leeroy wins is like, it's like, bro, he has too much. Regardless, we'll see though. We'll see how it pans out over time. But he's just basically they made him for noobs. That's why he exists. So that new players can have a character that has access to all the other characters' stuff. So the new players don't need to choose a character, they can just play Leeroy. And that's just lame. Everyone else finds that lame. The only people who think that's cool are people who don't play Tekken. Everyone else, every other Tekken player...
Lars is being slept on.
Lars is legitimately really toxic. He's really, really toxic. I told you, this character is just... He's selfish, bro. He's a selfish character, and people who play him are selfish. They just want to have fun by themselves.
He has his tag 2 combo back, LUL.
Oh, of course he does. He's just... bro, you know what it is, bro? This guy is just a jealous main character. Jin was here, being the main character, being the free win, being the god tier character, and then Lars was like, you know what? I also want some of that. I want to be a main character too. And so he just tries his best to take the slot all the time. He doesn't care about winning. Bro, there isn't a Lars player on the planet that wants to play fairly. They just want to play with advantage. They just want, it's main character syndrome. They just want to win. Bro, bro, I've never met a Lars player that I liked. I'm sorry, I just don't like them. And then, who's left? Have we got anyone left? Were you King? Yeah, we did King. We did Panda is irrelevant, bro. Like, nobody plays this character. He's irrelevant.
Lee looking pretty stupid as well.
Lee, I actually think Lee is having a good time. I think he's alright. We went over Lee. Lee is just the lost identity crisis characters. Everybody who didn't find their place in Tekken found their place with Lee.
King is a dog.
King is a dog. Lee is like the orphanage of Tekken, the Tekken community. This is where you go to where you don't know where else to go. I think he's fine. I think who else have we got? Bro, Azucena is just a joke. She's a clown. Oh my god, bro. I hate her with a passion. But I can't even analyze this character fairly because my hatred of her is so visceral. I wish I could go into the Tekken universe as like Kazuya and just kill her. That's what I wish I could do. I wish I could do that. It would give me so much personal satisfaction.
And for Law, what did you said?
Law? Bro, Law is a cocaine crack addict who's a bully. He's like a high school...
Luciano thinks Shush is top tier after labbing.
She is top tier. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I think she's top tier too. I think she's got a lot of mix-ups. I think she's got a parry stance for highs and lows. So if you just end up in a situation where you don't know it very well, and you just think,
yeah, Law is so cool, I live cocaine Bruce Lee.
Yeah, there you go. It's exactly right. He's a party animal. He's a party animal, bro. This is the guy in a party who's just like doing cocaine and screaming and then jumping from the roof. That's what he is. And then if you annoy him, he just gets angry at you and punches you in the face before you can even think about it. That's what he is. He's just an absolute bully. I don't like Law. I don't like him. And then you have some players who try to play him fairly and they just can't like get the wins they deserve because they don't accept the fact that they're playing an unfair character. He's kind of funny like that. He has a few players that don't play him right because they try and play him honest.
They removed his execution in T8 LMAO.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's always a shame. And that's it. That's the roster. I mean, there's Victor, but I mean, who cares?
Steve is weaker now. He lost his SW2CH launcher and his new stance is gimmicky.
I honestly think Steve is a bit weaker, yes. I think he's a bit weaker. I think he's more reliant now on ever than back one. I think back one is like he lost his mid launcher. To be fair, he needed to because it was just too oppressive. It was too oppressive. It was boring. Now Steve is a lot more fun to play against, in my opinion. I think he's
you need to spam the shit out of B1, but the thing is, B1 is bugged.
Why? Why?
Good they need is L little people playing him hide what TF they did to his face.
Let's see his face. Nah, it looks alright. I don't know why people get upset about it, bro. It looks fine to me. I don't have a problem with this.
Opponent can still 10 frame jab you even if you cancel into flicker for safety.
Oh, right. I see. I see. Bugged, is it? Well, we're Nina players on this stream. The most fair and honest character in Tekken. I will say though, this move, I think, for Nina, forward 4...
Not best OFC.
I don't know about this. I think this move was a bit cheap. I think this move is a bit cheap. It makes her more competitive, but like, the reason why this move is cheap, well actually it's not that bad, because you can get floated. It's like a weak Lili backflip. But it can launch though. Okay, so we're going against a Raven, bro. Alright, so because we're going against a Raven, right? We probably he's going to be a good Raven. See, the thing about Raven players is they usually end up pretty good. Test him. Yeah, he's good. Already, yeah, he's good. He's good. He's good. He knows his character. Fuck me. Good Raven players are difficult. Alright. I'm sorry. Look at it, bro. He doesn't want to interact, but he... Oh, look at him. He's so annoying. I guess wrong everywhere. Now I have to guess low, mid. God damn it. I wonder if I could have stepped there. Oh, you see what I mean? Nina cares, bro. She gives a shit. Sorry. See what I mean? Nina is mad interactive, bro. People don't appreciate how interactive Nina is. That whole thing, I was just interacting with him. That's plus. You see what I mean? You're gonna get thrown again.